The new channel. The new channel. Hashtag TNC Now.
The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following shows are those of the host, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to the new channel. Our passion transforms a community channel that sees all things new. I'm Lady J. Jobelle Cantos. I'm Beshi ng Bayan, streaming from Lucena City, Quezon Province, Philippines.
And I am J. Kuya Maco Ravanzo, ang Jolly Bro ng mga volunteer. Hashtag Makwentong Volunteer, streaming from Mandaluyong City. And you're watching the Season 2 and Episode 5 of Chill and Charity Fridays by I Am Making a Difference.
Happy Friday, Chit Chatters! Great things starts from small beginnings. And so today or tonight, wherever you are or whatever time zones you have, we start by simply believing that you and I, no matter how big or small you are, we can all make a difference.
Charity begins at home and extends to the communities beyond our walls. Cheers and welcome to the Season 2 and Episode 5 of Chill and Charity Fridays by I Am Making a Difference, or simply Chicha Fridays by I Am Mad on TNC, where we talk about love, living, learning, and of course, the magic of volunteerism.
At Chicha Fridays, we believe in the power of the simplest smile that can lighten the mood and the smallest act of kindness that can brighten the world. Let's do good, feel good, talk good, times 2, because we're on Season 2.
So for those who have just tuned in, join us every Friday at 6 p.m. Philippine Standard Time as we make the start of your weekend lighter and lovelier with conversations that go beyond politics and chismis.
You're watching Chicha Fridays by I Am Mad para sa masayang bayanihan, chill na talakayan, charity at kulitan. Chit Chatters, mad ka na ba?
Mad
na! Yay!
Yay!
Namiss ko to, Mac J. Ang Friday
Sobra!
Chicha.
Oh, na-miss ko rin namin, Lady J. It's your first time to host again sa Chicha Friday Season 2, right?
Yes, it's my first time. So parang biglang yung excitement, kaba, lahat nandiyan for today's video.
Yeah, na-miss namin yung energy mo, yung kakulitan mo, and yung yung smile mo that will lighten nga, sabi nga nila, our, diba? Oh, so last episode kasi we had Ate Ruth.
Yes.
We talked about self-love. So nakakamiss ko talagang makausap si Ate Ruth.
Yes.
Yeah,
Very true yung self-love, diba? Kaya nga lang abort mission kapag biglang nag-chat yung crush mo. Wala mo na self-love.
Agad-agad.
Yeah.
Diba? Sabi nga namin during the last week's tawag dito recording or I mean so bago ka magmahal ng iba, dapat mahalin mo rin muna yung sarili mo kasi hindi ka pwede magbigay ng wala, diba?
Yeah, that's very true. And Speaking of giving, ang ating next Mad Camp sa Nueva Ecija. Discount is
Yes!
September 16 to 18. So,
Yay!
very, very excited na tayo ma-meet yung mga new volunteers
Kasama ka
from
ba?
Mad Camp Service. Oh, I don't know, Char. Pa-suspense ka. Feeling ko hindi talaga aabot sa time eh. Medyo busy si Lady J ngayon eh sa mga ginagawa niya sa buhay.
Ay nako, sayang naman. Anyway, okay lang yan dahil meron rin tayong Mad Talks RCBC on October 22. So sana andyan ka dahil isa ka sa
Yes,
mga
ano?
host.
Yeah.
Tama. So for those who are watching us, we have this Mad Talks sa ngayon, padayon on October 22. So please register. Saan, Lady J, sila magre-register?
So please register via bit.ly/madtalkspadayon. Okay, that's
Ayan.
Mad Talks Padayon, okay? And also, ito Kuya Mac, we would like to say thank you to Tita Apple Esplana Manansala, the Chief Executive Producer of TNC, and her production team, technical team, and I Am Mad Content Creators team, Madmates, volunteers, and friends all over the world. So for our Madlang viewers and listeners tonight, our chit-chatters, we encourage, please, share this live stream or comment down below, write any message, questions, reactions, or shout outs, or tell us where are you or watching tonight, tonight, whatever your time zone.
True. Yeah, and
Yeah.
we're very excited for today's video
Yeah.
dahil may special guest and surprise siya
Yeah.
today that
Surprise.
he will be our guest because he is born and raised in Sibuyan Island, Romblon at isa siyang founder ng Magbasa Tayo
Mhm.
Movement and sobrang fortunate natin Jobelle kasi
Yes.
isa siya sa mga SLA Young Professional Librarian Awardee last 2021 and I think meron siyang bagong award which we can actually ask later on
Yeah.
sa interview. Kilala siya bilang Chang ng I Am Making a Difference.
Yeah.
Yes, and he is the Vice President for External Affairs. Ladies and gentlemen, Chi-Chatters, mga madmates, ayan, wag na nating patagalin to at
Yeah.
kilala
Yeah.
Let's all welcome our guest for today's episode, Kevin Conrad Tansiongco.
Hi,
Hi, everyone.
Yes.
Surprise!
Hello,
Ikaw ang
yan.
guest for today's video.
Yeah, di ba? Na-surprise ba ang lahat? Kasi ako na-surprise.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So,
thank
yes.
you for having me.
Ayun, so tonight, Mac J, Kuya John Kevs, today will be a light and casual conversation. So to start a very light conversation for today's video, let's start. Tanungin natin si John Kevs, ang pinakamahalagang tanong for today. John Kevs, Kuya Kevin, mad ka na ba?
Mad na!
Yay! So dahil nagsabi ka na ng mad, ito na agad-agad. We will start a conversation with the JTKY, the usual getting to know you. So, state your full name, saan ka nag-originate, saan ang current location mo, and what keeps you busy today. Sa mga nasabi kanina, for sure, ang dami mong masishare sa ating mga madlang listeners and sa ating mga Chicha Friday listeners and viewers tonight. And anything favorite or interesting that you are willing to share with us or our audience, to our audience.
Yan, thank you very much, no, Lady J and Mac J for having me today. I'm Kevin Conrad T. Tansiongco. Currently, I'm in Quezon City right now, pero I was born and raised, like katulad ng sinabi kanina, in Sibuyan Island, Romblon, specifically sa municipality of Magdiwang. Okay? And then what makes me busy this time? Balik face-to-face na karamihan ng ating ginagawa. So, at work, nagsisimula na ulit ang pag-travel and then representing the company where I work sa mga activities, sa mga library events and librarian programs. And also, busy din tayo with regards to donation of books para sa ating mga community partners and school partners. So if before, pinapadala lang natin currently, ngayon mismo tayo na yung nagdadala if we can visit the school. And something favorite, I think, as a librarian, I would recommend for you to have your book with you And my favorite author is Bo Sanchez at the moment. So I'm having a good
Oh.
time reading Bo Sanchez books. Ayan. Thank you.
Bigla ako na-pressure, wala akong book dito,
Kaya
saglit.
ako rin nga magtanong nga
Ayan,
tayo
marami.
mamaya ng mga titles ng mga book. Ready ka ba,
Da-
Kevin?
No.
Anyway,
Kukuha na
yeah,
lang
so
ako.
for this episode, sobrang exciting ng topic natin. The topic for this episode is leading through reading. Kasi nga, isang librarian si Kevin. So, dapat wag tayong maingay. Kasi di ba, librarian, shh.
Oh my
Joke lang, mga
God.
miss.
Char.
Yeah, but yeah, we want to know kasi kami kilala na namin si Chang. I mean, kilala ka na namin, Kevin. But for our listeners and viewers, first question is we'd like to get to know you more, like deeper. So, who is Kevin Conrad Tansiongco as a youth leader when you started in Sibuyan Island? So, can you just, give us a backgrounder kung sino si Kevin, paano nagsimula si Kevin, ano yung parang mga tawag dito experiences mo as a youth leader through the years.
Yeah, thank you very much, no, Kuya Maco or Mac J sa ating palabas, no. One thing siguro that I wanted to share and to tell the people is that when I was in Sibuyan Island, Romblon, I started to be this leader in schools. Um, unang-una, no, where this youth leadership or youth leader story came from is when I was an elementary student. I became one of the young leaders who talk about children's right before sa isla namin, where we represent the kids, the children, and if you're familiar with ERDA, okay, before we were part of that, and then we represent the kids in Sibuyan Island, specifically on Magdiwang. So I think that's one of the formation of what I am doing right now and the advocacy that I am doing. And then the usual, diba, in school, you have your president. So most of the time, I became the president of my section, of my class, until I went to high school in the town, because at that time, there are only two high school in Magdiwang. So I went to the town, okay, dahil nag-aral ako sa ibang barangay. Okay, I think most of na mga nag-aral sa barangay and then pupunta ka sa bayan para mag-aral ng secondary education more high school. That's where I started and continue my leadership in a way. So as a youth leader, so I became part of health club. I became part of the Supreme Student Council somehow, and then I became part of the. I think the last leadership post that I had before was when I became the president of the YESO, okay, the Youth for Environment Association, Student Association. So I think that's the formation, okay, the young formation for me, what I am doing right now, and then one thing, maybe it's because my family supports me a lot. My friends, my classmates before, they see somehow in me that I can do the task, I can do something for the community. So that's why most of the time na i-vote ka to be this on the position, to be advocate, etc. And even on our parish youth council. So going back, no, that's the story I think of where I came from with regards in my journey as a youth leader. So I try my best to be involved, to do something for the community, etc. And up until now, maybe later on I can tell you more on Magbasa Tayo movement, why I became and I did or I organized this movement, etc. But looking back, I think right now that would be my clearer experience and story of what is my youth leadership journey up until now.
So yung paumpisa pa lang ni Kuya Kevin na story kung paano siya as a youth leader, so nakaka-inspire na siya. So as we talk about a youth leader, we would like to know for the benefits of our chit chatters tonight. So how did your advocacy in leading and reading start?
Yeah, that's a good question, no, Lady J. Thank you very much. At first or in the early times, I don't have that idea at all of an advocacy into reading, or I'll be helping establishing reading center. Everything starts when I became a student of library and information science. So just a little background for everyone. I am a professional librarian. I'm a registered librarian and I study Bachelor of Library and Information Science from the University of the East Manila. So that's where the leading to reading started. So I was involved, okay? Nabuksan yung isipan ko sa importansya ng pagbabasa. Although before, we know how important reading. I think every one of us understood that or alam naman natin how important it is. But before, parang wala lang. Hindi siya that touching for like it's not that an advocacy for me. But when I study LIS or the Library and Information Science, and when I was in college, that started me the reason why I need to start such thing because nalaman ko na how few our libraries are, how important reading for our readers, okay, how important yung mga information, truth, and the facts that our people needs to understand, and why is it necessary to have a reading center in every community in the Philippines. So that's where it started. And then in 2015, AYLC came, the Ayala Young Leaders Congress. It's a national leadership training that I am selected to be part of the 81 participants in 2015. And I need to have a project, so I took that opportunity to start my Magbasa Tayo movement. So that was my Starfish project. And good thing that was in 2015, and up until now, we're very happy. We're still here. We're still working with communities, and we believe in the power of reading through our reading centers.
Ayun, so it really shows, no, small beginning. Start from small beginning student si Kuya Kevin. So ngayon, layo na nararating niya, di ba?
Tama. 'Di ba? Let's talk about kasi nakwento na ni
Yes.
Kevin yung journey niya. So I think let's talk about your challenges naman. Parang kanina nagka-challenge ako sa internet ko. Nawala ba ako or
Nawala
something?
si Mac J. Nag-isip na
Talaga?
ako paano ako gagawin. Char.
Di ko alam na wala lang ako. Tapos bigla siya, oh my God, nawala na nga talaga ako. But
And
yeah,
you're back.
Kevin, good thing that I'm back. And so, Chang, question ko naman sa'yo ay, di ba, given that we are in the digital world, sobrang lahat ngayon online, even the classes we started doing online. So, what are the challenges in advocating reading? Like, di ba, ano pa yung mga challenges on putting up libraries or, really distributing books? Kasi parang, ano pa ba yung saysay ng libro? Pwede naman siyang ebook ngayon. So, I think,
Yeah.
share us some insights on, what are the major challenges and how did you overcome these challenges?
Yeah, I think the usual challenges, no, number one, it's the acceptance because I think most of us would see it na reading like libraries, reading centers, but again, for the longest time naman kasi parang if we're going to see the reality, I think only a few communities would really focus and give importance to libraries. Not necessarily on reading kasi marami tayong programs into reading. But in our part, in Magbasa Tayo Movement, we believe kasi that reading, okay, or reading through public libraries would be more reaching more communities and more people. And that's a good point also to ask, no, na why they're still pushing for more libraries and especially books to communities while ebooks are available, computers are available, internet are there, etc. Number one that I could tell is that like we know in I am making a difference in IAMAD where we visited a lot of communities. And then I think you would agree with me, most of them, and reality check, wala namang stable na internet, walang stable na kuryente or electricity. And then we believe that through books, we could be able to reach more communities who doesn't have those ways. Like walang internet, hindi ganun kaganda ang electricity, nawawala-wala for some time. So, a good way for us to reach them and to encourage them reading is through our public libraries and reading centers. And another is that Yes, we have internet on those places that we have, like in Metro City, no? Internet is very well accessible. It's just that we still believe in the power of libraries because based on collections wise, or when I say collection, yung resources na meron tayo. Okay, the libraries can provide ebooks, e-resources also, etc. And if you're going to check lang Google, okay? Check Wikipedia, etc. There is a big chance that mababa yung tsansa na makuha mo yung totoo at yung tamang information because there's a big number of producers of information online that is not well reviewed. It was not checked or evaluated by an expert, so anyone can publish, right? So that's a big dilemma. That's why we have a problem in information consumption, yung paggamit ng mga impormasyon, etc. So still, we believe in the power of libraries. And libraries, for everyone's information, it's not just about books. It's also a space for discussion and for communication to other parts or to other stakeholders of the community. So kami, naniniwala pa rin na, although challenge talaga siya na i-introduce kasi hindi talaga siya priority projects. But kami naniniwala kami as long as you continue at usap lang ng usap until they realize how is it important. And the law is here to back it up kasi may RA 7743 tayo for the establishment of public libraries. So, tuloy lang laban at tuloy lang sa pakikipag-usap.
Totoo naman yun, di ba, Mac Jane? Kailangan pa rin natin maging matalino at mahusay sa pagbabasang, lalo na ngayon sa panahon, no? Na very digital na mahalaga pa rin ang pagbabasa. So, as we talk about the relevance and importance of reading, can you share us, Kuya Kevin, how can reading can lead to something? Kasi for sure, meron tayong mga chit-chatters today and tonight na parang nai-inspire na motivate na mag-lead through reading. So, for you, how can lead through reading?
Definitely how can we lead? Through inspiration, no? Kasi we have a lot of resources, we have a lot of books. Kasi sometimes people would see books as for academic use alone, no?
Yes.
People would see it pang patalino lang yan, pang mayaman lang yan, etc., no? But you know what? Through books, we can get inspiration from it. And that's how we can lead to other people. Books can change someone's life because we have a lot of books that can inspire you. Not necessarily inspire you to finish your education kasi yun ang mga references mo, di ba? Pag nagtitesis ka, pag nagdi-dissertation ka, requirement, magbasa ng literature.
Yeah.
But on the other side, like example, what I've mentioned earlier, you read the books of Bo Sanchez. You read the books of some biographies, no, that can help you see how beautiful it is, like biography of politicians, government leaders who changed the world, can definitely inspire you to lead. So through books, kasi the imagination is there. Like you have your freedom to imagine whatever it is through the materials that you're reading, unlike the other way around, diba? So through books, I believe, no, you can really lead through reading by choosing the right book for you. Okay? By knowing what's the right literature na pwede mong mabasa that can inspire you to do more to your communities. So, ako, like me personally talaga, I am happy right now that I'm reading Bo Sanchez books, no? Not only on leading but on other factors like financial matters, inspiring other people, how to live a life fully, something like that. So again, inspiration. You choose the right book for you, and you can definitely found it.
Yeah, I think na nagstay sa kanina sa conversation ni Kevin is yung sinabi niya na books can make a difference. Books can change something and it will bring you to places. So ang galing, like, yeah, tama naman talaga that, you know, the first step to learning is actually reading. So nakakatuwa that when you read also, you can also lead other people to continue also discovering a lot of things in this world. So we still have a lot of questions, Chan Kevin, but yun nga, usual naman to that we lack time. So I think your final words na lang or any message to our listeners or viewers about how or your realizations or learning or advice, how are you able to lead through reading?
Yeah, I think one of the message na gusto ko talagang iparating sa lahat is that reading can change your life. Reading can change the world definitely. So through public libraries, if we can accomplish and we can establish more, I am calling the attention of all community leaders, yan, mga local government units to help us in this advocacy because we can create a better community leaders also a better leaders of our community and young generations lalo na. And even senior citizens would love to read. I do storytelling for them, for senior citizens, for kids, etc. And they are very excited and happy. So let's build, no? Let's create a community of readers. Let's make also a reading a culture na ang mga Pilipino ay nagbabasa, ang mga Pilipino ay umiintindi, okay? At ang mga Pilipino ay natututo sa pamamagitan ng pagbabasa. So let's maximize the use of it. Okay, let's maximize our books and our reading resources.
Galing. Gusto ko yung culture of reading talaga. Like,
True.
talaga si Kevin. Siguro, key takeaway ko lang, I want to quote si Barack Obama. Sinabi kasi niya,
Huh?
reading is the gateway skill that makes all other learning possible. Diba? May pa Barack Obama.
Ay,
Agree.
nako. Ready siya.
Yeah, tama talaga that the first step to learning is really reading. So I hope kahit that, we are in the digital world already, everything is online, just grab a book. I mean, we can read and let's support yung reading advocacy sa lahat ng mga librarians na friends natin.
So for me naman, na pinakang takeaway ko, natandaan ko lang sa mga sinabi ni Kuya Kevin kanina, is yung piliin natin yung fit sa atin. So sa lahat naman ng bagay, sa kahit anong bagay, para mas doon tayo maka-inspire, makapag-lead through reading, for example, so kahit saan ng bagay, piliin natin yung mahal natin, yung gusto natin, kasi we can go a long way kapag gusto natin ng isang bagay.
Yes, I think naman, thank you very much, Chang. Pero, hindi nagtatapos dito dahil
Siyempre.
si Lady J para sa'yo. Ayan.
Prepared. Siyempre, hindi mawawala ang ating Chicha Minute Fun segment, Kuya Kevin. For sure, alam mo na to. Okay, to start, bago tayo... Ay, hindi naman ako prepared. Kalma ka lang dyan. Okay, to start, siyempre, bago sa ating fun segment, John Kevin, mad ka na ba?
Mad na!
Yung mukha ni John, parang saglit, ano kayo mga itatanong niya? Madali lang to.
Natrauma kasi siya sa last time na natin na
hindi to nakaka-trauma. Kalma ka lang. So for our Chicha Minute for today, we will call it for the fast talk question. So literally, pipili ka lang sa dalawang option. Mabilisan lang to, no? So to start, for the happy ending or for open ending?
Happy ending.
Okay. For the virtual or for the face-to-face?
For the face-to-face.
Face-to-face. Hindi yung kay Chang Ami, Chang Kevs. Doon tayo sa face-to-face ni Chang Kevs. Okay. For the extensive reading or intensive reading?
For the extensive reading.
Syempre din tayo sa extreme, char. Doon tayo sa extensive reading. Next, for the pocketbook or for the webtoon? Malalaman na generation mo dito,
The
Junket.
pocketbook?
Yun ang pipiliin ni Junket. Nahuhuli yung edad. For the working alone or for working with a team?
For working with a team.
Yes, syempre. For the flight or for the land travel?
For the flight.
Kalilipad mo lang kaya for the flight. The next count, basta sama ka, chumichika. Okay, next. For the vampire or for the zombie?
For the vampire.
Vampire. Okay, next. Wala na kami isip. For the cha-cha or for the boogie?
For the boogie.
Sample. Boogie.
Wala ng oras.
Hindi kaya. Next episode, magsasample yan si Junkers. Wait. Para naman napapanahon, for the Darna, for the Valentina, or for the Ding.
Sorry, for the Darna.
Sample nga. Pinasasample lagi. Okay, next. Last na. For the happy hooray or for the happy birthday. Wala na ako maisip. Last na yan.
For the hep hooray!
Okay, happy hooray for this episode. So, napakasayang episode with John Kevin. Thank you.
Thank you
I hope
very
you
much,
enjoy.
Kevin. Yeah, thank you very much,
I
Chang.
did.
Sabi nga nila, for the kabataan, for the
Yeah.
volunteers, and for
Yeah.
the bayan. So, thank
Yeah.
you very much. And thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed us. And for everyone, thank you for joining us in this episode of Chicha Fridays by I Am Making a Difference on TNC. So get to know more about I Am Making a Difference and support our initiatives by following and messaging us on Facebook. That's facebook.com/I Am Making a Difference, or email us at iammadph@gmail.com. So you may also listen to our volunteer stories or podcast directly, and no sign-in required via anchor.fm/IamMad, or search Mad Talks Podcast by I Am Making a Difference on Spotify or Apple Podcasts and start your Mad audio habit. Ang haba ng spiel na yun. Wala na akong hininga. But yes, I am Mac J, Kuya Maco, ang Jolly Bro ng mga volunteer. #Makwentong Volunteer, streaming from Mandaluyong City. This is Chill and Charity Fridays by I Am Making a Difference on TNC, where we talk about love, living, learning, and of course, the magic of volunteerism. Let's do good, feel good, and talk good.
And remember, charity begins at home and extends to the communities beyond our walls. Join us again next time as we make the start for your every weekend lighter and lovelier with conversations that go far beyond politics and chismis. I am Lady J. Jobelle Cantos, ang Beshi ng Bayan, streaming from the San City, Quezon Province. This has been Chicha Fridays by I Am Mad, para sa masayang bayanihan, chill na talakayan, charity at kulitan. Chit-chatters, John Kevs, mad ka na ba?
Mad!
Mad! Yay! Bye! Chit-chatters. Happy weekend, everyone!
Weekend. Bye!
Juan Lu and his puppets face to face. With special guests, Makata Tawanan, Chess Box, and the Lunaria Marionette Show.
Alam mo, Nicolò, kung wala ako, hindi ka magsasalita. Alam mo, Tito Anlo, kung wala ako, nagsasalita ka nag-isa. Kung wala ako, wala kang masusuot. Kung wala ako, wala kang nakakain.
October 30, Sunday, 7 p.m. at the La Verdad Auditorium in Apalit, Pampanga. Buy your tickets now and see you soon, face to face.
Hindi madali ang pinagdaraanan ng ating mundo. Hindi madali ang pinagdaraanan ng bawat Pilipino. Hindi madali ang humugot ng pag-asa sa panahong lubhang nakababahala. Ngunit sa kabila ng lahat, piliin mo pa rin na ang mga mata ay imulat. Piliin mo pa rin na ang kapwa ay sabay na iangat. Magbahagi ng tulong na nararapat. Hindi madali ang lahat. Ngunit anuman ang pinagdaraanan, nasa kamay at puso mo kung paano malalampasan. Maging bida para sa iba. Maging bida para sa isa't isa. Maging bida sa pagbibigay ng pag-asa.